Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun videos here on YouTube. I'm here to talk about what you should or should not do with low percentage utilities when it comes to axes and pickaxes and shovels and blah, blah, blah. Now, of course, these are all at 100% except for this luxury axe that's sitting at 64%. Now, what you might eventually see inside of your base is somebody running around and just plopping down random things because they're low percentage. This is basically something that I do all the time. So if you base with me, I'm very sorry. But what is one thing that you probably should or should not do is take these and place them inside of an actual chest. I've said this before, and I really wish that eventually Clay would kind of adapt or adopt some of the stuff from Hamlet. In Hamlet, they had an actual rack that you could put some of these items on, which showcased the percentage and also showcased the ability to actually pick and choose them, which makes it a little bit easier to grab. Now, there is a mod that actually takes that from Hamlet. It's called the Architect Pack, and it literally has everything from Hamlet, which makes it so much easier to actually walk around with and just, not actually have to worry about, putting it all inside of a chest. But of course, that's a mod which you might not end up actually using. So let's move on from that. So instead of plopping them inside of a chest like I have done, I would suggest leaving them on the ground. The reason why I say this is because it's a lot easier to see and or use axes that potentially obviously would be better to, acquire and remember that they're here instead of just chucking them inside of a chest, although it does look nice. So what I would suggest doing is getting yourself some carpeting, maybe dig up the floor, put some carpeting down, and then chuck down your actual luxury axe or whatever you're using that is at low percentage. That way, when new people join the server or inside of your base, they know where to grab them and they can continuously use them until basically they are incomplete. Now, what I would really suggest doing is, of course, if you have low percentage pickaxes, is converting them into thermal stones, but I've talked about that in another video too. So hold shift and right click and bada boom, bada bing, you're going to be able to actually drop all of your axes in the same line. So if somebody walks by and grabs one, they go ahead and use it, then they do the same and same and same, and just make sure that this contains kind of, within your base. Of course, if you want to encourage people to put them inside of a chest, it's entirely up to you. But having a different type of utility like this out in the open is a lot easier for people to see and realize, hey, you know what? There's some stuff here for me to use. I might as well use this first in order to actually not, mark up the base a ton and eventually have a base filled with nonsense that eventually is going to be kind of cluster, and honestly just some people don't like that. So for me, I don't really mind it, but of course some people like the organization, so feel free to kind of stick to this trick, and if it works for you, great. If you don't like it, feel free to put your stuff in the chest, but I think it works out really well for new players joining your server. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.